Namaste, yogis. James Bryan here from Kanaf Yoga. The weekly philosophy theme is consideration. Let me just read this. Consideration is being thoughtful about other people and their feelings. It is thinking about how your actions affect them and caring about how they feel. It is paying attention to what other people like and don't like and doing things that give them happiness. Sounds pretty straightforward, but let's talk about an event that happened yesterday at our local shopping center here in Caloundra on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. So Nikki and I had just finished our little bit of shopping, and an old lady, found out she was 90 years old, came up and asked us if the young man sitting over on the bench had asked for money from us as well. So apparently he had been begging, and she gave him $7. That's all the cash that she had, and asked us if we thought that she had done the right thing. And we said no. And the reason for that, we've been to India many times. As you know, begging there is a real big problem, to the extent that some parents will actually maim their children permanently in order to give them a lifestyle of begging. And when we first started going to India, we did feel the need to give when people begged, but we had the local people come and tell us off in quite strong terms. They said by giving to beggars that we are perpetuating their situation and keeping them in that very poor lifestyle. So this aspect of consideration for other people's feelings, it can't just be something for your feelings. It has to be for theirs as well. And it's got to be based not just on compassion, but also with a little bit of wisdom. So if in your compassionate heart you want to give a beggar some money, you got to think about how that's going to affect them longer than just that initial time. Now, this young man in question, he would have been in his early 20s. He looked totally fine. Didn't look like a typical bummer. But one thing that I have read many times in Western countries, and particularly in Australia, there are abundant government departments that will help people in problem situation. So the best thing that we can do for beggars is to direct them, to guide them to places like Centrelink, where there are professionals who will help them. And giving temporary cash pretty much is just going to perpetuate their current situation, which is probably going to be alcohol and drug related. So consideration has to be based on the feelings of others, and has to be based on the long-term situation, not just in the moment. So always compassion has to be tempered with wisdom. And without it, then you get a situation that's called pathological altruism. So that's you can turn a good situation into something that's actually quite harmful. Anyway, just note that these weekly talks are going to be based on my personal experience, and which is obviously going to be different from yours. Just a point of discussion, and please talk amongst yourselves. Namaste. Have a great week.